lovelies, welcome back to UG Update. So guys, on this video, let's talk about the Janak series, guys. And guys, you can agree with me that it has been quite a tough time for Janak currently in the Janak series. Let's find out what happened during Anirudh's Rasam. But before I continue to the video, guys, this is the UG Update. In case if you are yet to subscribe to UG Update, please click on the subscription button and subscribe. Don't also forget, guys, to give the video a thumbs up. Alright lovelies, let's dive straight into the video. So guys, the episode starts with Tanuja saying we have to do some rasams before you eat food. Then Anirudh says I'm very hungry. Arshi says control your habit. He then says I'm really hungry. You will be hungry too. And Janak then says we will do Shankatnat and then you all bless them. And Janak then plays the shank while Dradi blesses Anirudh and Arshi. Vibasha says you don't make Arshi away from your side. You both will be happy after marriage and no one can come between them. Anirudh agrees and they all smile. Then Mrinalini and Chotan argue. Her dad smiles and then Chotan asks him to go inside and meet everyone. Her dad then asks him to drop them inside. Then Chotan asks Mrinalini to take her dad inside. He stands murmuring and then he says, I'm chanting mantras. I live like a saint. She then says, you lie a lot. You got 6 kids to my office. Her dad then asks, what? But he is not married. Then she says he lies a lot. He said he is poor and his parents disown him. So her dad says, no one told this to me. Your mom spoke about you and Mrinalini's alliance, but they get shocked. Then Dradi asks Tanuja and Shristi to bless Anirudh and Arshi. Tanuja blesses Anirudh and Arshi and compliments them. While Mrinalini asks what? Her dad says, Chotan, didn't you know this? I'm invited today to discuss the alliance. Mrinalini asks, but my marriage with this guy? Her dad then says, yes. Chotan is good looking and I spoke to your mom already. Chotan then lies to them more and then Mrinalini says he makes big stories. I pitied him and gave him an order. Shall I tell this to your family? Chotan then says I didn't know about you and you didn't give me any order, so I had to lie. Her dad laughs and then Chotan says see how she is scolding me. She doesn't respect me and I'm elder than her. What wrong did I do? I took an order and sold the books at a low price. Then Mrinalini and her accountant troubled me with payment. Did I tell this to my parents? They will know what thing you are. Her dad then says you are very funny like old times. I'm glad to meet you. Chotan smiles and then Dradi asks Anjana to bless Anirudh and Arshi. Anjana then says you have already blessed them, but Anirudh is hungry. Then Dradi asks Anirudh, are you happy now? Anirudh says yes, I'm marrying the one I love. He kisses Arshi's hands and then Janak looks at them and gets sad. Binayak then says sometimes you shouldn't express happiness in front of the world, else you may catch bad sight. Shiti then says no, it's good to express. People should know. The rift in the relationship also gets filled. She blesses Anirudh and Arshi, but then Janak hears the ladies gossiping about Anirudh and her affair. Chopra then says it is not about money. The lady then says Arshi and Janak have no comparison. Chopra says Janak is still here and she can go and do her work. The lady then says this is Arshi's relative. Why is she staying here? Janak cries and then Chopra says she can't defeat Shristi. The ladies then laugh. Mrinalini's dad asks Chotan to go. They will talk about it later. Chotan asks what? I just talked to God these days. Mrinalini asks, really? You just spoke about money in front of me. Chotan then says, you were not giving me money and I will live for a new journey by taking uncle's blessings. I don't like to play family. I visit temples. I have devotion. Her dad then asks him to go to the decorator and stop talking about devotion. While Shiti says, Anirudh, I'm giving Arshi to you. She is yours now. Anirudh smiles and then Shruti says, Arshi is your lasmi from today. Take care of her, and if you lose her, then you will lose everything. Anirudh says, I will be thankful to you. No one can snatch Arshi from me. Janak goes and then Arshi says, I will eat some food. I have to go home for Rasam and then meet my friends. So sorry. Dradi then says, it's fine, you eat as much as you want. Then Anirudh and Arshi eats the food. Everyone smiles while Lau takes their pictures. Rinalini and her dad goes inside and then she says, "You want me to marry this guy? He lies a lot." Her dad then says, "I'm also confused." He thinks how to ruin Rinalini's life by getting her married to Chotan. But Chotan thinks I will never marry Rinalini. In another scene, Dadu welcomes his friend Baren and hugs him, and then he blesses Rinalini. Bablu greets Baren and then he says, "You should have come earlier." Dradi looks for Chotan. Then she asks Rinalini, "Isn't your mom coming?" She says, "I told Chotan to send the car for her." Then Rinalini says, "No, mom isn't fine. She has knee pain and then she will come later." Shop then greets Baren and then he invites them in the marriage function. He says, "I will get him for sure." And then he says, "Baren is my favorite uncle." Baren says, "I remember everything. You weren't in contact." Bablu calls Anjana to greet Baren and then he says, "Our families used to be very close." Taluja comes and greets and Dadu says, "I have to talk to you well." Baren says yes. Then Dradi says, "You can sit and talk. Where is Chotan?" Lau then says he would be around, while Daddy says, "Go and call him." Lau then says he will come, while Shop introduces Arshi and others. Bibacha greets Baren and Meenakshi, and then Dadu asks Lau to take a picture of them. Apu comes and talks to Meenakshi while Anirudh smiles. Apu says, "I have a secret." Anirudh asks, "What is it? Tell me." Chotan then comes there. He then says, "I gave the items to the decorator. Food is ready and I will finish work and come." Dradi then says, "Stop, Chotan." Apu says, "This matter is important for you also. Stop, Chotan." Anjana then says, "Apu, don't say anything that elders talk." Then Apu says, "I'm also grown up." She asks Rinalini not to get shy, while Anjana asks Apu to stop. Apu then says everyone was talking about Chotan and Rinalini's marriage. Chotan thinks I'm not mad to marry Rinalini. He then says, "Apu, get quiet." He goes and then Apu says he got shy. Daddy then asks, "When did I say this? I don't remember." Then Apu says, "Lying is bad. You told it." And Ru then says, "Chotan is our favorite. He doesn't stay much at home. He is my kaka, but matter got ahead without my knowledge. He's good." Then Law says, "Chotan has run away," while Anirudh says he might be shy. While Janak comes and hears them, she thinks you look so happy. Why did you say you can't live without me? Guys, it is quite an emotional episode, especially the part that Janak is watching Anirudh being happy, kissing Arshi and all the marriage function that is going down. Guys, what advice will you be giving Janak right now? Is it to continue waiting on Anirudh or to move on with her life? Guys, what do you think will be the outcome of the whole drama? Please drop what you think on the comment section. And as you do that, guys, please don't forget that this is still UG Update. In case you are yet to subscribe to UG Update, please click on the subscription button and subscribe. Don't also forget, guys, to give the video a thumbs up. Alright, lovelies, that'll be a wrap. Thank you guys for watching up to this point. I really love you guys, and I'll see you guys on my next video.